Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl, here to give another monthly reading for the elements. This is a reading for the fire element for the month of December. Today is the 7th, and we do have the moon coming up on the 12th. So we're going to not gauge this for the moon, but I know that the moon likes to show up. So you just have to remember that you're getting this reading about the 10 of Cups, the Knave of Wands, so enthusiasm. And then we have a 9 of Wands. So the first thing that came to my mind is there's no trust in a relationship. We're looking to find, and we're going to find. It's not looking to find, but we will find. It's an enthusiasm. It's a new stroke. It's wanting to move out into and have, that ace, that new beginning, wanting a relationship, wanting a new one. But then there is a question of trust in this 9. And then, of course, my favorite word, healing. And healing trust in a relationship. That seems to be on the playing field, which is good for the month of December. We want, yes, we do want. We want that forgiveness. We want to give the forgiveness. We want to move on from what no longer serves us. And we want to accept that new beginning. We need to accept that a new beginning needs to happen. And that there is a burden that needs to be put down because of all the work that we've done. We can put this burden down. We will come to realize this. Fire elements. Spirit is working fast. Well, it's your energy, that speed that we like to move with, that flame. I can't seem to talk fast enough all of a sudden. But I do thank you for showing up, for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. I do appreciate this, really. It's an encouragement for me to keep doing the readings and bringing in the new energy at the same time. We have the Wheel of Fortune with the 4 of Pentacles. So it's a question of timing and holding and waiting and being patient. And keeping things to yourself. News, if you get new news, elements, fire here, if you get new news, you want to keep it to yourself for a little bit. You just want to hold on to it and be patient, that if you're waiting for something to come, it will come, because you are making your plans for the future. You are manifesting, and you do want. There's a lot of I want going on through this ether here. And we do want. Okay, oh my goodness, I can't shuffle. The Spirit is giving me messages. So again, with the 10 of Wands, the 2 of Wands, we have things coming to an end, but it is orchestrated behind the scenes. So again, final judgment calls, second chances, all of this is happening because the I want is where we are at. Okay, for December, it's this time of making change and wanting to change and hoping to change and manifesting change that we've been struggling with throughout the year. Well, this is where December will bring us into that flow of change. I thank you, Spirit, for protecting the collective, keeping the collective safe. I thank you for protecting me and keeping me safe. What are the important messages for the fire elements? Sorry, I just seem to have a hair caught there. Oh boy. I don't know why I did that, but I did. Commitment is on the table for most of us. And we've been through that phase of November where you had to hold on and hold out and dig deep and find what it is that you really want and what you believe in, well, it's coming in slowly now with that commitment and the anxiety of a commitment and wanting to let go, wanting to hold on, making the choice. It is happening. It is happening. You're going through that right now, whether it is work or a romantic relationship or even through your acquaintances. You're going down the list. I want, I don't want. I'm friends with you. I'm no longer friends with you. All of that is coming into play. So we have the Five of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Justice. Oh boy. So this is very karmic. If you're going through mind games with partnerships or with certain individuals that you may be struggling with on a mental level, you're wanting something to go one way, they're wanting it to go another. Well, that is going to change, and slowly you will progress, right? Slowly, because you need to take your time. You can't rush change. Change happens on a turn of a dime, but it still needs time. And you will, if you need to stand up and take back what was taken from you, you're doing it in a slow process. And that is very karmic, because justice is here to say you need to take your time to make the changes that you want so you can have the relationship and you can let go of that anxiety. And what's the other message here? For love. Okay, so for romantics and romantic relationships, you have your 10 coming. You will decide to leave, you'll decide to stay. Either way, you're making that change happen. That's what the 5 does, okay? 5 elements. We're going to get into this read right now. Just need to cut one more time. And I need to see that I am still being recorded. Yes, it is working. Perfect. So we know the first line is about the element fire. The person, you or the cross watcher, you decide where you place yourself. The second line is who you deal with or you come across, people who you know, people that you don't know. And the third line is the outcome. And this is again for the month of December. Now, I'm not going to say it's only for December. It depends on your birth chart, your circumstance. It may carry into January, even February, depending. But we won't project it to go that far. I'm just saying that this is for the month of December 2023 for the fire element. And we start off at the bottom of the deck. We have that anxiety. So it is a struggle. We're going through the change, whether it is on a physical, physiological, spiritual, or mental. We are going through the change that has been brought in by the eclipses. So the first line, oh, actually, let me see the bottom here. We have the manifestation card. That is it. We're the anxiety of what we've done. The anxiety of, did it work? Will it work? Will I get what I want with the work I've put in? It's going to come, but it never comes in the way we want it to. You have to remember that. We're trying to get the balance, or we're trying to bring back the balance, depending on your situation. If it is that you were put out of balance, you are recuperating. And if it is that you put someone else out of balance, then you have to work on that. And that is where the anxiety comes in. It is also for responsibility to take the next step. Some of us, and most of us, are trying to get into relationships that are substantial, that will bring in marriage, it'll bring in stability. And it doesn't mean that it is a romantic. And it's just because I've seen enough romance moving around through the shuffling that it is on both levels. This especially is the wedding card, we like to call the Four of Wands. But it doesn't just mean that. It just means that you're ready to take the next step into a stable relationship. And it could mean for work. If you are looking at this for your financial connectivity with the ether, whether it is that you're looking for work, you're out of work, you're looking for a job, it is coming. If it is that you are applying for positions, you're trying to move up in the company where you work, you may or may not get through. I mean, I can't just say that with this, but you're anxious about it and you're worried, you're concerned, but you have to just keep doing your best. That's all you have to do. You can't do more than the best that you can offer. And if you know you're not doing that, well, then you need to work on that. And then you will see. And if it doesn't come in December, that promotion that you're looking for, you're not taken in to the position that you're applying for, it doesn't mean you won't get it later on. You just have to have that sense of stability set up within yourself. And then it will show itself on the outside, and your bosses will take you in your application a little more seriously if they're not seeing that you're giving what it is that you need to give at this time. Okay, enough of the pep talk. First line, if it is that you are a fire element, or if you are looking into a fire element, the first line corresponds to this person, the fire element or the cross watcher. So we have the Emperor here with the Moon and the Four of Cups, finishing off the first line with the Ace of Wands. Again, we're at the bottom of the deck. So there is an ego at play here. There is an ego at play. And it is a question of taking control, taking back the control, and you're not sure if you're on steady ground doing that. This is where the anxiety comes in, because you know you have to. Coming down this line here, it is a question of healing. That Hermit is you're going within. You're looking into what you've done. You're looking into how you do what you have done, or how you did what you've done, and what you want to do next. This is balance here. You're trying to get to it, and the Justice does come up at the end. You will see that your work will prove to be fruitful. This is all high arcana, so this is spirit guiding you. Just looking into what else is here. We have the Emperor taking control, making that offer, wanting to be in a commitment, getting a second chance. So some of us have had an ego issue, and they're breaking down that ego so that the commitment can bring in a second chance. That's fine. Will I get to my second chance is what some of us are asking here. Well, that all depends on the person that you're dealing with, and how you relate to them, and how you approach them, and what you say to them. Because I can only say, yes, you'll get it, but will you keep it? Because the very positive end is here. Very positive. We are holding back though. But this is not just holding back. This is knowing that you need to, because of a situation of taking back control where you felt that it was taken from you. Yes, here we have the Emperor with the commitment, and then the Four of Cups looking down saying, hey, wait a second, I didn't get what I was hoping for. This is not what I bargained for. That's what some of us are saying here. But then again, you have to make the change. But the Moon here shows that it is not for you to see just yet. And if it is, there is illusion involved, then it is of your own making. And if it is not you, then it is someone trying to trick you into a commitment, making new plans. But then justice will prevail, and it will not work. The trickery is a little passé now. We've all come through the eclipse of the sun where the truth was brought out. So trying to go back now and play those mind games is rehashing something that will just not come to fruition. I'm just saying that like that simply because this line here with the Moon, the Two of Cups, that commitment is very emotional. It is very hidden. And it is to make new plans. So this is not the end as a fruition, as what will come into fruition is not finished here. But there will be a second chance to have that commitment, because the Emperor really wants it. And who is the Emperor? This is you, fire element, or the person watching for the fire element. You have that power to take this commitment to a higher level. Question is, will you do it or will you wait? Now let's see what else we have as messages go. We have the Ace of Wands, which brings in a new beginning. So the question answered, when I say yes, you will get a second chance. Yes, you will get that commitment that you're looking and hoping for. The job in itself, if that's what you want, it is a new beginning. It is a fresh start, if you will. But it is not to say that you will move to get that fresh start, meaning when you pick up and leave or go to another job, for example. No, it is a question of realigning to have that second chance at getting a new beginning. You see, some of us have been working on changing our lives to the point where we want to pack up and move. One thing. Some of us have been working on changing our lives because we want to get a different kind of relationship. We've been going through certain types and we don't want those types anymore. We want different types of people in our lives. So we're giving up certain connections, friendships, family even. But it doesn't mean that you're going to get that fresh start and move away. I don't see that here. What I do see is it's really more about going within and realigning what you do really want, because you know you need to accept certain things about yourself and others because of how you've been treated or how you have treated others is where the second chance is going to come in. Now, I don't see the forgiveness, but I do see a commitment. So if it is that you have wronged someone, then I think that forgiveness is coming from within, where you heal and understand and get the consequence, understand the consequence in itself, in other words, okay? This is December. It's very intellectual, and the Seven of Coins is just wanting to show itself. So, sorry, the Seven of Cups. So again, this card here can reflect on the relationship that you're trying to get into. If it is a romance, you are looking to seal the deal, and this is where that authority seems to come in for the second chance. You really want to seal the deal, and you will, if it is that you're so determined, but you will take time to do it. It will not be quick, and there will be a lot of hesitation on both sides where you feel like, is this the right thing for me? Are we doing the right thing? As some of us are asking, well, will be asking when they do get to have the conversation. Let's start with the Emperor. What is the Emperor representing here? All right, so we have the Nine of Pentacles with the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so we're going in with this Emperor has come to realize that he wants, or she wants, because it's neither male nor female in my book. You are who you are. You believe you are male and you have a female body, then you are male. If you are feeling more emotional type and you're a male, then you can reflect as a female. But either way, you have earned. You see, this authority is not just ego. This authority is about having earned the right, having done the work. Again, the Nine of Pentacles, it shows that you have done the work, that you have something to be proud of, that you are recognized for doing whatever it is, work that you've done, whether it is physical labor, mental, emotional, whatever you've done to bring you to the point of recognition, you're getting that. And you're getting your just desserts in that sense where you want to have, to share. You want your 10. You see, you're at the 9 and you're going for the 10. So it is a question of evolution. It is timed. It is divinely timed, even though we're not seeing that card here. But just because these two came together, it shows that everything is going in sequence. And then there will be an ending of a cycle, and there will be abundance to come, and there's a lot of healing that will take place. Fire element, you are moving forward. You are going to have certain conversations, either with yourself or with others, about what is the best thing for you. See, you're going to make that leadership, not just leadership, but the determination to heal conversations. Certain conversations have turned out to be rather disappointing and put you in a stalemate. But the truth will set you free, and you will have a new beginning, and you will move on and distance yourself from the betrayals and strategies for betrayal. You're going to push yourself away from that, take yourself away from it, even though you're going to have some rough conversations. For some of us, it's going to be about third parties and reconciling because they've gone stalemate or they're not speaking to certain people, stuff like that, okay? this is where this Emperor comes in. And because of that, again, with the Moon and the Four of Cups, it's a question of just going through. Again, the anxiety is everything here. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the anxiety for this, the fire elements. Wherever you have fire in your chart, just take a look. You know where your Mars is, and even all the signs, the Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. If you know where they are placed, if you have planets placed in those signs, you want to take a look and see how you're feeling as anxiety goes. And if you're not so affected, then you just be touched a little bit and you may not even be bothered. You won't even feel the change coming. But there is conversation to be had, and it will be healed. It will heal disappointments that have occurred in the past, that have brought stalemates to relationships, whether it is a working relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship. The truth and a new beginning is on the horizon. You will have that new start. All right, let's see what the second line. Let's look into this five of swords. What's this representing here? Oh boy. Okay, so we're fighting for love. We want to get back that love that was taken from us, that was put into stalemate, where we were fighting. We're going to heal it. We're going to heal the love. And we're going to have that burden of love, because it's burdensome. Some of us are like, oh my God, I can't handle this one anymore, but I can't let him go, or I can't let her go. I don't want to lose. I'm comfy in my suffering. We're going to fight with that a little bit. Again, that is where the anxiety comes in. We have to let go of the things that no longer serve us. And sometimes we need to let go of certain loves. And in doing that, things will change, and then that commitment that we're looking for is going to manifest itself. This is why I say it's going to take some time, and you have invested, and this is where the burden comes in, because you've done too much in some cases, or if, again, this is the second line, so we're referring to other people who have done too much, or they have invested so much that now you have to step up and make that healing happen, or be a part of the healing, or at least have the conversation to heal, because that's what you want. Fire element, again, this is the first line. You've had enough of not having, and you want a new beginning. And then within that, you're meeting up with people that you've had conversations with, that who don't want to talk to you anymore, or you don't want to talk to anymore. You're going to revisit those. Certain people you're going to see coming back in throughout the month of December, especially with the holiday time. People are going to try to reconcile because of the holiday season. It is a springboard for that. So you don't be surprised if you get a few phone calls or messages. It's going to happen, but it is with people that you have invested with. And this is not just strangers here. This is, time has gone by, commitments have occurred and have been put into stalemate, and some of us have even decided, I don't want to be with this person anymore, and they've broken up. And others are just putting the effort back into having that relationship. But it will take a while. It will take a while. And of course, you will have learned from the battling, that taking advantage or being taken advantage of, or taking advantage of someone else. You will have learned from it. You will have learned from it. And this will make you grounded. It will make you more grounded. And if it's not you, it's the next person who will become more grounded and be able to have that healing conversation with you, that you can move on. And some of us will turn it into marriages. Some of us will turn it into new working partners. And some of us will turn it into, I just want to be on my own, but I've learned my lesson and I'm moving on to find someone else. It's all of that, Fire elements. Okay, so the third line we're going to look at is the Two of Wands here. New plans. What is this new plans? Oh, look at that. We have the King of Cups taking a new direction. Again, the strategy. I keep coming back to the strategy, so I have to take it, because this is the final. This is the outcome. There is justice that is served here. It is karmic. Whatever actions that have been taken to destroy a relationship, to build a relationship, to find a new one, whatever strategies have been put into play, the fruition of that is a change in the plan. Again, like I said, it's not just it's not finishing here. You're getting a second chance, or you're taking or giving a second chance to another person to give them that opportunity to earn the right to have the second chance. Again, it's going to take a while. It's not looking like it's going to end in December at all. Anyway, we'll take a few more cards to see how this goes. So the strategy is going to change. You're going to it has to change simply because the conversation that you're going to have with certain individuals, you know who, will make you think differently. It will make you decide to do something different, or at least between the two of you, new plans will be made, and it will bring a change, and a new plan will emerge. Now, there is the 5 of Wands, so it's going to come in. Some of us are going to fight. Okay, we're just going to be plain here. Some of us are going to fight with people who we're thinking it's going to go okay with. It may turn into another fight, and then it's going to go back into stalemate, and you have to take more time out, and then you're going to come back again. That is the justice being served here, because not everybody is going to have a happy ending. I'm not playing fairy tales here. This is real life. You come here looking for answers. Well, sometimes the truth is harsh. And in this, where I see new plans, the third line, this outcome, it's gonna stretch out a little more. We're gonna have a little more work to do. And this is where it's gonna take time. This card is very prominent in about the taking of time here. But the focus is on that reconciliation and changing the mindset. If you are involved in third-party situations, that is probably what is going to stretch out a little more, because you're not trusting. Remember, we started off this reading with the shuffle. There's not trusting was one of the first cards that came out. That 9 of Wands, okay? Well, this is where the not trusting is coming in, and this is a karmic event. And it is because of what was done in the past. You're remembering, if not you, if it's not you, then the partnership that you're trying to reconcile, they are going to recall, well, this happened, and I'm not sure, and I need more time. You're going to hear that. Or you may be the one saying it, fire elements. But it is because of the pain that was caused. Now, you can't just come and say, okay, I'm sorry, it's Christmas and I want us to be friends again. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to go in and talk and see and feel what was not satisfactory. Whether you were dissatisfied with the partnership or your partner was dissatisfied, but that has to be addressed. There's no hiding that. And if you don't talk about it, it's just going to fester and fester and fester until the situation becomes even more overbearing. But that's not what I'm seeing here. I'm just taking it to the extremity because it is a question of how long it's going to take for this reconciliation, if that is what you want, or a new relationship or a new beginning without the person. Or you don't just cut the cord and drop it. You still have that resonating sentimentality. You're struggling with the I want and I don't want, and that's where this 2 of Swords fits in, because you're either holding back on moving forward with the person because it's a very painful situation that you put them through or that they have put you through, and you want to reflect a little more, and that's where the groundedness will come in. But there will be the truth about the healing and the talk about all the betrayal, and the courage will be there. You will find it. You will get it. This is all about healing. That 9 here is all about healing the relationship. And the only way to do that is to really come clean and be honest. That's all I'm going to say about that. But the intuition to do so is going to be there. And you know what? At the end of the day, we are all going to grow from these experiences that we have been put through or that we have put others through. We are all going to learn from that. All right, so let's take an oracle message. Took enough cards here. Everything seems to be pretty straightforward with this. Healing relationships. That's what's going on for December. Healing within, healing others, healing with others. Moving on. Opening up a new venue to be able to move on. Giving that forgiveness, that self-forgiveness. You see, we're in between. We're in the midst of, okay, I've given up this and I want that. And then you just have to take that next step to let it fall. That letting go of the anxiety, that pain. All right, that was one card. We're not going to take all of them. So thank you, Spirit. What is the oracle message for this read? For the fire elements to help them through with December. What is the oracle message? I'm not feeling I need to shuffle too much with this deck. I think it's because I got the first card the way it flipped out. All right, so fire elements. You see the here now. That is what we need to focus on. That 32 comes into a 5. And the 3, that communication. We need to settle up with our within, accept what we've done, accept where we've come to, and know that we really want to move on. And the only way to do that is to either make peace or distance yourself. And if you can't have that conversation, it is because you need to distance yourself. And then the 5 at the bottom of the deck. This is where this anxiety comes in here, with this being an orphan, feeling like you don't belong. And that is where some of us have been put into that situation of, I don't know if you love me and you don't show me enough that you do, and I can't trust that you've done this, you will do it again. It's those kinds of conversations that are coming up. And you have to feel your way. And I say I don't want to promote, but that tower lesson reflects here. I think it was the last lesson, one of the last lessons that I did in November. And that lesson with the tower reflects all of what's happening for December for fire elements in this read. I still have to do the signs, and that's coming. So the fire signs will probably give you a little more in depth, because this is basically anywhere you have fire in your chart. Okay, look into Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, and they're all here in this reading. I'm not going to point out cards, but it is for the fire element. So we're going to look at the here and now, because this is what is the saving grace then. Okay, and this is the number 32. So before the 32, we were at the 31. And that would have been the reason why. So motives, driving intention, the power of knowing the why. Why you were doing what you were doing. Why did the person do what they did? What was your portion? What was their portion into what resulted into what you have now, which is a stalemate for some, a broken relationship, or what, a timeout. And we need to know why, or you did know why, because now you're reflecting on going back to the person, or they are reflected on coming back to you, depending on where you place yourself in this read. So let's see. The 32, I said? Yes, 32. Here and now. Being fully present and in the moment, living one day at a time. So you've figured it out. Let's read the oracle message on that one. Everything happens in the now, in the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle anything today if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past. The present be present and notice what is going on right now. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your life. So you see, if you're looking to just move on alone, for some, because that's here too. You've had enough, you don't care, you've been hurt, I want to be by myself, I need time alone. Perfect. That's present. This will give you the time you need to reflect on the why and the how and the when and the wherefores and the who's. That's where this Knight of Pentacles comes in, because he is very focused and he's very loyal. He's loyal to the cause. And if it is that you are seeking to be alone, to get a new start, you are going with your intuition because of this card. It is a 2. There is wisdom in this card. The foresight to say, okay, I'm not going to make a move yet. I'm going to take some time alone. And then when I get my shit together, I'm going to see that person, whether it is to have a fight or to have peace come. But it is a question of knowing, the knowing, and being in the present moment to place yourself in a position that you can have that coming out of the 2. You know, you're transcending, you're transforming, you're growing, you're learning, you're changing, you're developing. All of that is what is happening here. And it is justice. It is karmic. What you're going through, that struggling on whatever level you are, like I keep saying, it's all of the types of relationships. Whatever struggling that you're going through with this 9 of Swords here, it is mental. We have to agree. It is mental. Okay? But it is also emotional, because whatever happened has struck you in a way where you're either angry, you're upset, you're sad, or you're just impatient and I can't deal with this anymore. Some of what some of us are saying. Okay. I did the oracle message on the here and now, to be present. But we'll look at between worlds. We look at between worlds because I really want to see that. Just flew out, and that's the number 3. This is about communication. So for that one, the 3, I always like to say what was before, but because it was a flying card, we won't take it as what came before. We'll take it more as this is Spirit throwing advice to you from thin air. That 4th cup that nobody wants to see and take, this is it. So between worlds, the transitions, not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another. Temporary blindness, no man's land. So some of us are like geared to, well, I got rid of the ex, so now I'm going into the new relationship. Whoa, Nelly, is all I'm going to say there. Take the time, because this is a true commitment if it is so that you want to get into a real relationship with another person and you just broke off with the last person. If that's where you are, then this is a message for you. You need to take a little time and spend that healing time. Sit with what took place. Sit with all the disappointments, because I have said it in other lessons that if you don't fix up and clean up the mess from the last relationship that you were in, you have more mess to clean, and then the new mess will occur because you didn't clean up. You're just creating more mess. So we need to reflect on a little bit. And we're going to look at the relationship, because it's all about communication. How you speak, who you speak to. So for the between worlds, the relationship message here, this is a time to explore the new energy between you and another. It is not a moment for certainty, but rather for discovery and curiosity. You don't yet know if this will last forever. So allow yourself to explore who you are and what is reflected back to you. This relationship is meant to educate you about yourself. What do you need? What do you like or dislike? What values are important to you? You are in a critical phase of your relationship that is not to be dismissed or hurried. That is real advice here. Take the time. Allow for the next moon coming up before you actually make the decision. I said it at the beginning. I think it's near the 12th, that new moon coming in. But look to see how you're feeling about the relationship that you're trying to finalize or get started, because you're so excited that you and this other person seem to hit it off and you want to get going quick. But you still have resonating sentiments for the last one, whether it is positive or negative sentiments that you may carry. You have to be able to release all of that, taking that fourth cup and accepting certain things, your position, your portion, what you put into that relationship, because it is not just because you jump in with a new person and a new relationship that everything's brand new. You're bringing your baggage with you, and you have to know that, and they are bringing theirs with them. This is karmic, huh? It's justifiable too. You're going to get what you deserve. That I've been preaching that since the beginning of the year. So be careful how you view the next relationship. If you have left one, this is for those in particular who have broken off with someone and have begun a new one. You need to take a step back. Not just because I'm saying it. It is a natural thing where you need to realign yourself before you can actually end up with the next person in that bliss that you're looking for. And this is where the orphan comes in. This number, I know you can see the card. This is number 5. We're going to take a quick read on that and then we'll end. Because it is the bottom of the deck, it is the overall, that a sense of loss, an identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in, the need to belong, uncertainty about your place. So if you are the person who is the dumpee, where you were dumped and you're looking at this trying to find some kind of light to follow, you need to focus on you a little bit. And we'll look at the let's say we look at the protection message. I know it is upright, but again, this is about that sense of loss. If you've given up something, or something was taken from you, and you're feeling that hurt because you've been hurt. If you are the one who was dumped and they've gone on to someone else, and if it is that you're the one that's doing the dumping, you're feeling some kind of resentment, some kind of regret, because you're just realizing that you lost something that you were so comfy with. So this is where I'll read the protection message. The shadow side of this card speaks to the essence of abandonment. Perhaps you feel a need to remain apart because intimacy is too threatening. It also warns against creating inappropriate family structures in order to conceal old wounds. Again, that reflects on those of you who are jumping from one branch to another with a new person and you're not taking time. Again, this is where you do need to take a little time. It's time to address the unhealthy alliances you've formed and make a decision to heal the past. You will not be abandoned by the world if you claim yourself as whole. Not all relationships are dysfunctional, and not all of them will disappoint you. Don't abandon yourself. You can connect to others in a healthy way once you recognize your patterns and consciously choose to interrupt them. Life wants to love you. Let it. So if you're feeling down, if your ego is burdened or bruised, and you're feeling this anxiety of I don't know, and I don't know what I did, and I didn't do anything wrong. Well, it's not about right or wrong. Yeah? It's about just owning up to this is what I lived, and this is who I lived it with, and let's just see where my portion is. And yes, there are reasons why we have to feel the hurt so that we can have that bliss at the end. And for that, I thank you for showing up, for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Don't forget to hit the the notification bell. I haven't done this in a little while. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. And until our next read, fire elements, love and light.